my great people, how are you doing today? Welcome back. I missed you, and I'm happy to see you again. I'm happy to see you back. I'm happy to interact with you again today. My name is Najma. I'm a PR and communication specialist and a digital marketing strategist. And for those who are new here, welcome. Karibu sana. And please consider subscribing to my channel, because we just need to continue growing and learning from each other. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I don't take you for granted. I thank you so much, and I look forward to continuing to serve you. I look forward to bringing you content that will add value to you as a person, to you, to your business, and some content that will impact your life in one way or the other. And I always say, whenever I upload any video, if you have if you have anything that you want us to discuss further, please, you can put it down on the comment section, or you can call me. I always my number is at the description box, that whereby you can get in touch with me or my office, and we will be able to take care of your issue, or we'll be able to address your issue. So today I want us to look at a very interesting topic that most people have been asking me. How do you go about this? How do you operate from home? How do you run your office remotely? And it's an interesting topic, because especially to those guys who are looking forward to starting up their businesses, those guys who are looking forward to setting up a business and they don't have a big budget for them to invest in, especially to rent an office outside, and for me, out of experience, you can run your business from anywhere, and you deliver your services, because that also depends on what you are offering, especially your services or your products determines if you can run a remote office, or you must have an office outside your home. And for me, I believe that if you're a service provider, you have two options. You can run an home office, or you can rent an office if you're capable of doing that. Because for me, for the last 5 years, I've had my office. I've run a remote office for my business, and all my staff, everyone, all my colleagues, we work remotely, and with one goal of serving our clients, of giving the best to our clients. And we are always available, so that whenever the client needs us, we can always either schedule a virtual meeting, or we rush to their offices and solve whatever issue it's there. So running a remote office has its own advantages and disadvantages. When I started my business back in 2018, I rented an office in Upper Hill, and after COVID came in 2019, I decided, okay, I don't think I need to have an office. We sat down with my team, and we decided to run our system remotely, because that time, especially during the COVID time, most people started working from home. And since then, I've never thought of again renting an office. Why? Because we've gotten used to it. We've been working very well with our clients. We are always available. Whenever a client needs to see us, we are always there. We rush to their offices and solve their problem. If it's anything that we are offering remotely, we ensure that it's offered. We offer our services on time. We maintain the quality and ensure that our clients get the best. That is all what matters, either running remotely or on site. That is all what matters. Making sure that whatever you're giving to your clients, you give them the best. So some of the advantages, let's start with the advantages of running an office remotely. Number one, as I've said, if you don't have a big budget of renting an office, you can consider running an home office, and it will save you a lot of money, because considering that you're paying rent for your home, you're paying rent for your office, that can be a burden if your business, especially if your business is not big enough to sustain all that, or it's not giving you much to sustain all that. So the best thing is to consider running a remote office whereby you can serve your clients conveniently, whereby you can give them the best and you can control your timing. That leads me to the second advantage. You're able to work around your schedule. You're able to control your schedule. You're able to know what to do when and where, because you have a lot of time. You're not commuting, you're not wasting any time, doing some unnecessary things. You're able to have a very good schedule and give your clients the best. The other one, the other advantage is avoiding distractions. Sometimes you might find that when you have an office, people are walking in, and you have so many distractions. People are distracting you. You're not even able to to concentrate. And you realize that in the course of the day, you're wasting a lot of time. Attending to people, especially visitors who are coming to your office. Some doesn't even have an appointment. Someone just decides to pop in your office. They need your time and all that. So it helps you to avoid such distractions, and with that, you're able to concentrate on what you need to offer to your clients. And the advantages are several, but I know those are the main ones, because when you look at cutting down the cost, especially on the renting of the office, cutting down the cost, especially the commuting cost. If you're a car, you have to fuel it, or if you're using public means, you have to pay transport for you to get to the office. So if you're not commuting every day, you're able to cut down on cost, on the commuting cost. So that is another advantage. And the best thing is to make it clear to your clients that you're running a remote office, so that they know that whenever they need an urgent meeting, you are always available to have a virtual meeting. If they need a one-on-one meeting, they have to tell you in advance, so that you can schedule for it and rush to their offices, and you sort out whichever issue that they have. What matters most is for you to be there, to be available for your clients, to offer the best, and to ensure that you maintain a good relationship with your clients. The best thing is to always be open and make your clients understand that I'm running a remote office. So when you're starting to work with me, just understand that that is who I am, that is what my company is doing right now. And whenever you want us to have a conversation, maybe an urgent one, we can always have a virtual meeting and sort out whichever issue that it's there. When we look at the disadvantages of running a remote office, one of the disadvantages I've come across myself, like out of experience, because I've said I've been in this for the last 5 years. I've run my office remotely for almost now 5 years. Yeah. And number one is overworking. If you're not careful, you will become workaholic, because you realize that you have a lot of time. You're working. You're not moving from your home to maybe a different place and all that. So you realize that you're working for a long time. It's something that myself I went through. At some point I became workaholic. Especially when your business is new, you realize that you really need to work, you really need to have things done, and at some point you find that you're overworking yourself. So if you're not careful, you might start suffering from burnout and fatigue, because you might end up working for long hours. Because at some point you might realize that you're getting to your office at 7 a.m. or even earlier, and you find that later in the evening at around 7, 8, you're still in the office. You have to control that if you don't want to suffer from burnout or fatigue and others. But it's something that I went through myself. At some point I got affected, and that's when I realized that I need to control my time. I need to control my working hours so that I get some time to rest and to work, The other one is the distraction now from home, especially when you have small kids, especially when you have a family, a big family that you're living with. Sometimes it might become a challenge because, when you have babies, they don't understand when you're in the office. What is mommy or daddy doing in the office? You are at home. They just see you there and they don't understand what you're doing. And sometimes they might just decide to pop into your office, and especially when you have a separate room in your house, which is maybe your office like mine. They just decide to pop in your office and start distracting you when you're working or when you're in the meetings. Sometimes I've found that even I have clients who work remotely. We have a meeting and babies are there, they need attention and all that. Yeah, but we understand as mothers. Myself, I understand, but there are those people who will not maybe understand such a situation. So it's a challenge, especially when you have a small baby, when you have small babies who need your attention. Even if you have a nanny, they might always want to come and distract you, because they can see you around. And that takes us back to controlling your hours. You have to make your family understand that this is the working time and this is the family time, and you create that time. You can decide that I'm getting out of my office at 5, so that you go to the living room and sit with your children and your family. If you are married, you sit down with your husband, and you have that family time. Don't make it work 24/7. It's good to control that, so that you don't lose it also as a parent, because your family needs you. Your family needs your time, your attention. They need to spend some time with you, and it's always good to be there for your family. So that is another disadvantage that you might face if you're working remotely. Children, or that distraction when you're working at home. And the other one, the other disadvantage is procrastinating things, because you find that you have a lot of time, and you might keep on saying, I'm going to do this tomorrow, I'm going to do this the other day. That procrastination, you might end up having so many things not done, because you feel like you have a lot of time, and you always feel like tomorrow is another day, I can still do it. So it's also something else that you need to do away with. And by doing that, you need to have a good schedule for your work. You need to have a plan, if it's a weekly plan, if it's a monthly plan, on what to do, when, where, and how. And you also need to have a good schedule, so that you're able to prioritize matters. What comes first, what is more important than the other, so that you get things done and you keep your business running and moving. Yeah. So the other disadvantage is the lack of or the opportunity to network with other people. Because when you get out there, you're able to network with people. There are people who don't know how to network online, and you find that at some point you're not even getting time to network with people. But what I always say, and as I've said out of experience, if you need to network with people, it's always important to work on a schedule that you can get some time to rush outside, have a meeting, have a coffee meeting with someone, you have some business discussion and all that. That is still part of networking, because actually not all the time, even when you go outside, you'll get to network with people, because everyone is busy running up and down. But if you have 1 or 2, 3 people you need to talk to or you need to network with, it's always important to have that in your schedule, in your plan, so that you can know when you have a meeting outside your office to network with other people. And also you can avail yourself to attend events, the business events like expos, and those some of the events that will enable you also to network with people and continue building your network, continue growing your business. And with time, you will not remain the same. You will grow from where you are to another level. And when your business is grown, you can now decide to maybe get an office outside. When now you realize that, wow, my business is grown, is giving me enough to cater for another office, for an office outside my house. I can run an office comfortably, and when that time comes, you can do it. But if you're not able, don't overstretch yourself, and don't keep on saying that I can't start my business, I can't run a business because I can't afford money to pay for an office. So that one should not hinder you from starting up your business. If your products or your services can be sold remotely, take advantage of that. Start your business, start running, make people understand what you're selling, create a good relationship with your clients. And also, if you have your staff, like I have my staff who work remotely, you need to have a good communication system with your staff so that you get things done at the right time. Because I know sometimes it gets hard to control our staff when they are working remotely. Someone might tell you that they are working on something, but they are busy doing something different. It's normal, but when you get your staff and they are faithful, they are honest, they can do what needs to be done, and at the end of the day, you'll see what someone has done based on what you're offering. Some services you can tell if someone was working or not. And it's always important to maintain that communication, good communication with your staff. Make sure they have internet, make sure they have maybe good phones. You can communicate, you can have virtual meetings whenever it is necessary, so that you don't keep your clients unserved, because there is that communication breakdown between you and your staff who are working remotely. So you have to put in place a good communication system between you as the business owner and the staff that you're working with. So I think up to that point, I've touched several advantages and disadvantages of working remotely. And we can't talk about everything in one day, but if you feel like there is something that we haven't talked about, feel free to write it, to drop it on the comment section, and we will look into it, and we continue learning from each other. Every day it's a learning day, and I really love networking and learning from people. So feel free to drop your comment and let's know what we haven't mentioned, because I will also be able to learn from you, I will also be able to learn from you. So thank you so much for keeping it here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. I don't take your time for granted. And as I said, if you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And as I've said, we continue learning from each other. I look forward to giving you the best content that will enable you, will add value to yourself as a person, and also will enable you to keep growing your business from one point to the other. So thank you so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. And for now, it's a bye-bye. I love you all. Bye.